Welcome to Pottery, and at the studio where I fire with my lovely classmates, somebody asked me, what does my family use of my pottery? This is one of my more recent pieces, and you can see it's nice and thin, and it has like a little foot, and there's my old logo that I was using. And this was one of my pieces from a while ago. You see it has a little chip in it, and I really like these. I call them juice cups. But you look at the bottom, I used to sign with just my initials, Miriam Abdullah, and it's barely trimmed. This is one of my more recent pieces. Cute little thing. Again, another juice cup. It's pretty, it's not too heavy, but you can see this is one of my early pieces. I really didn't know, I like to paint, but at the same time, I didn't know what to paint. So these are just stripes, but actually they're very striking. And then there's my initials. And then let's go into the dishwasher. So my mugs are dishwasher safe. And this is one of my favorite mugs. It holds actually deceptively a lot of liquid. And again, the bottom is not finished, it's just flat. And my initials again. And deeper. Oh, this is one of my kids' favorite mugs. This thing is so heavy. And look, I did do like a little foot. And look, I only managed to get an M. It's not a W, it's an M. And but I did try to trim this, but it's so heavy. And the design has bled. And inside it's just very thick and heavy. I didn't really trim this one well. And before I got my wheel, I was hand building. So this one is hand built. It's porcelain and it's heavy. I like to use a lot thinner mug, and my kids are like, what are you talking about? We love that mug. And look, this one is signed with a K for my for my company, Kimbahu Designs. And this was a painting style that I was doing, but I do not like the way this translated onto the mug. So I thought this mug was totally weird, but my children really like it. And I made this one the same time as that one. And again, it has a K on the bottom for Kimbahu Designs. It's not trimmed at all. It's just a flat bottom. And let's look at the design. Again, this was my painting style that I was doing. And I just didn't like it on the mug. So these are hand-built mugs. And what else is here? There's this piece. This is a nice juice cup. And this was from kind of my early wheel work in the summer. And look, there's my attempt at a maker's mark, and look at the trimming. Look how off-centered it is. But we love these pieces. Let's see, do I have a bowl? No, the bowl I made is not here. And let's look at my windowsill. And this is from the past fall, and my orchid sits in here. And this is a little plate that I made during COVID. And this is a platter that I made a long time ago. When I say a long time ago, I mean like 20 years ago. And it's made out of terracotta. And I took this class at the Corcoran School of Art, so it was cracked, but I still love it. And it's still here. It's another piece that I made last year when I was kind of coming into my own maybe Marrakesh style, which is like these geometric things. And this is another piece from 20 plus years ago. And boy, this thing is a weapon. It is heavy. There's my attempt at trimming, and it's glazed. And this is when I was still kind of finding my style, and these are planters. And I have orchids in here. So it's that planter and there's that orchid. I would say this is one of my most favorite pieces right here. This is a planter that I did. This is when I was still hand building and I just wanted to make, so I made this planter. And look, this one actually has a blooming orchid in it. Okay, let's steady this orchid first. And there, look at this beautiful orchid, which managed to rebloom from, this is where I cut the spike right there. And look, this new flower spike emerged from right there. And here is another piece from like last fall. Maybe Marrakesh style was emerging. And look, here's a cup of water that somebody didn't finish. And this was one of my, this was actually some slip casting, which is the liquid clay into the mold that I made. And it's a great tumbler also. Oh, look at this one. This was from a few years ago. And yeah, it's weird, kind of misshapen. But again, it's functional. So these pieces in here are kind of my like favorite pieces that I don't want in the dishwasher or anything. This teapot is from last fall and it wasn't ready to sell. The teacups were ready, but not the teapot. But I decided to keep this set for myself. This mug right here, I'm holding for one of my friends. She said that she wanted to buy it, so I'm holding it for her. This one is so thin and delicate. It gets to go in here because I don't want anybody to break it. This is a mug that my daughter chose and she really likes this. So this is like the special stuff that we don't want broken because it is pottery and it does break. And this is one of my favorite mugs and I kept this one for myself. Look, I trimmed it fairly nicely. And it has a matching plate. So I really like that. And what else do I have? I have, this is a cake stand that I made with some matching dessert plates and this cute little lidded pot. It was supposed to be a teapot, but it was way too small. But I finished it. This was when the wheel was really starting to click with me. And I even threw the lid. There's the lid with the little gallery. One more out the dishwasher is this other cute little mug. This cute little heavy mug. Untrimmed, kind of jagged, but highly useful. So that's the extent of my designing a couple of years ago. It was just like 2 different glazes and it's like I would make the form and then it's like, okay, what do I do with it now? Like I didn't know what to do with it, but it's nice. Like I like these a lot. Some of my favorites. So we kind of have big sister and little sister. Dishwasher keeps giving. Here's another piece marked with a K. And here's one of the styles that I was doing. And this was supposed to be a mug, but it got too dry and I couldn't put the handle on. This was hand built. And I want you to see, I thought it was a crack. It's not a crack, that's just a seam. So that's just one of the pitfalls of hand building is sometimes you get this seam. And then when it fires, it goes from being a round form to kind of this oval form. So that's why I got my wheel. One of the reasons why I got my wheel on Amazon, which has been very productive for me. And I've made probably at this point, almost 200 pieces on this wheel from Amazon. But a nice dishwasher safe tumbler. I didn't know what they would use this for, but they kind of adopted it and my family uses it. So I hope that you enjoyed watching my kitchen tour of the stuff that I actually use. And thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video. So if you look at everything, you see a lot of different styles and forms, and I encourage anybody who is beginning in ceramics to really just find their voice, just find something that works for you. And there's nothing wrong with this right here. It's a beautiful functional piece with a lot of character. I even like this kind of wavy top. It's awesome. I love this mug. I use it almost every day. So just continue to keep working and find your voice and just make stuff. Make stuff and somebody's gonna love it. And even yesterday when this broke and somebody felt really bad, I'm like, you know, don't worry about it. And they're like, well, you can still use it. And I'm like, okay, you can still use it. Gonna have to do something about this though. Gonna have to do something about this though. That's pretty jagged.